This is okay. This is getting good now. This is getting really, really good now. We are back again with another History March reaction. Someone wants me to do this. They suggested it to me. I'm finally doing it. Let's get in it. I hope you enjoy
it's late
my
16th
reaction.
century.
Let's see.
The Mughal Empire is the most prominent force in mainland India. The Mughals were an Islamic dynasty that succeeded the Delhi Sultanate, established some 350 years earlier, when Muhammad of Ghor defeated the northern Indian kingdoms, cementing the Islamic presence in the Indian subcontinent.
Okay, so I literally just did a reaction to the history of the Turkic people, and the Mughal Empire was shown to be Turkic people. So, okay, that's interesting. So, were they Turkey or were they not Turkey? Also, it's very interesting how they were Islamic as well. I thought they were foreign invaders. The Mughal Empire were foreign invaders, weren't they? They were basically Islamic conquerors and colonizers, basically. But they're a successor to the Delhi Sultanate.
While the Mughals were masters of most of northern India, remnant sultanates still ruled over most central areas of the subcontinent, most notably the Deccan region. Despite being Islamic, these dynasties were mutually antagonistic towards each other. As the Mughals consolidated their power in the north and slowly advanced into the Deccan region, local Hindus from the western hilly plateau tried to use the internal divisions between Islamic elements in order to assert themselves. They were the Marathas.
The Marathas.
This video is brought to you by Geology.
I am poor. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm gonna set up donations and whatnot soon, but I am poor. Guys, I literally have $0 in my bank account, okay? I'm doing this for free. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip that. Alright, let's see. Up
until the mid-17th century, the Marathas lacked a centralized form of government, and thus served under various powers that rose in the region,
I feel like
usually as feudatories.
I feel like I've heard these people before.
But this changed when a charismatic leader named Shivaji was able for the first time to establish the Maratha kingdom.
Okay, Maratha kingdom.
By the time of his death in 1680, the Marathas...
Why is he pronouncing it with a T? It's a Th. Maratha. Maratha
were a significant force in central India, and were frequently able to assume the role of mediator between the disputing sultanates of the area.
No, that's actually impressive.
In order to deal with this problem, the Mughals launched a series of devastating and costly campaigns against the elusive and fast-moving Maratha armies. But even after all...
Okay, so they're giving, okay, this is, dude, look at the size of the Maratha kingdom compared to the Mughal Empire. That's actually, commendable.
Almost 30 years of war that claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of men and caused severe attrition to the Mughal Empire. The Marathas could not be subjugated. However, the Marathas were not...
Ultra Giga Chat Maratha Kingdom? I just love these guys now. I just fell in love with these guys. Let's see what they bring us.
Completely united, with various factions competing internally. And the Mughals exploited this disunity.
Oh, bro.
While they were retreating back to the north after decades of unsuccessful campaigning in the Maratha heartland, Mughal courtiers released a Maratha prince named Shahu, who had been their prisoner since he was a child, in the hope that this would spark a civil war amongst the competing Maratha factions.
Bro, imagine being a prisoner since you were a kid. Oh my, yo!
The plan worked, and the Marathas were soon plunged into a civil war, from which Shahu emerged victorious in 1708, consolidating his power base around Satara.
Wow, that's actually smart. It's that word.
The defeated faction headed by Sambhaji II was not destroyed. They retreated back to Kolhapur, which became their stronghold.
Alright, let's see. What's gonna
happen? Was raging.
Bro, let me tell you something, right? I don't know like much about Indian history at all. So, you know, like I'm completely like ignorant about this. I don't know if you do know some videos that like delves into Indian history a bit. Suggest it to me. You know, I wouldn't mind learning it.
The Mughals had their own problems to deal with.
All right.
The state of affairs within the Mughal Empire after the death of their last emperor in 1707 was chaotic. The prolonged and unfruitful campaigns against the Marathas created a volatile political situation within the empire, which was now in a downward spiral.
No.
Numerous subjugated peoples rebelled against the central authority, while the exhausted army and depleted treasury were further strained due to internal Mughal factionalism, fratricidal bouts, and a continuous cycle of succession wars and conflicts. During these internal conflicts between powerful Mughal nobles, the Marathas occasionally intervened in favor of one faction against another, even providing occasional military assistance. It was due to their role as mediators that the Marathas were eventually granted the right to collect taxes in the entire Deccan region.
What? Dude, look at the size of them compared to the Mughal Empire. They're such a huge thorn.
In this chaotic civil strife rose a man that went by the name of Nizam-ul-Mulk, who would become the most powerful Mughal of the Deccan region.
Oh, I like that name, Mughal.
Nizam hailed from the top echelon of Mughal aristocracy, and his family played a prominent role in imperial politics for generations. During the period of civil wars between numerous pretenders for the Mughal throne after 1707, he had enough foresight to remain neutral, biding his time while conserving his fortune.
Bro, I swore he said something else. I swore he said foreskin. Bro. Oh, my brain is too dirty. Oh my gosh. I need to detox my brain, I swear.
Forces, waiting for the proper moment to make his move.
Alright.
His moment came when he was called upon to intervene during one of the many feuds within the Mughal court. Nizam was made Grand Vizier of the Mughal Empire in 1721, but armed with his growing power, Emperor Muhammad Shah transferred him from the court at Delhi to Awadh in 1723. Nizam rebelled against the order, resigned his position as Grand Vizier, and marched towards the Deccan. However, while en route, he was stripped of his governorship of the Deccan and declared a rebel. The emperor sent an army against him under the command of Mubariz Khan. Nizam was now in dire straits. With the Marathas at his back and the Mughal emperor turned hostile, he had little choice. In an unexpected move, he requested the aid of the Marathas on the assurance that their demands for collecting taxes over the entire Deccan region would be granted. Here enters the story.
They actually even expanded a bit. How did they expand? Like, what happened there?
Another prominent character who would come to play a key role during the upcoming tumultuous events.
Alright.
His name was Baji Rao, and he was the son and Peshwa of the Maratha king Shahu. Baji Rao assisted Nizam against the incursions of the Mughal emperor, thereby enabling Nizam to defeat Mubariz Khan at the Battle of Sakarkida in 1724. After this defeat, the emperor was out of options, and he was forced to accept Nizam's dominance over the Deccan region. Nizam always nurtured ambitions of carving out an independent sphere of influence for himself in the Deccan, having correctly anticipated the coming decline of the Mughal Empire. And after this victory, these ambitions seemed to materialize. As soon as he got rid of the Mughal menace, he began his effort to free himself from the shackles of Maratha demands, since he no longer had any interest in following through with his obligations to Shahu. Nizam was, however, confident that he could utilize the internal divisions among the Marathas and bring them under control. He insisted that he couldn't decide whether to send the revenue to Shahu at Satara or Sambhaji at Kolhapur, who was the leader of the rival faction that was defeated by Shahu in 1708.
Bro,
He then
when is this gonna get good? Jeez. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with it, but like, jeez, this is such
a mediator between the two.
Big
a position
backstory.
which would, in effect, make him the kingmaker and a supreme power in the Deccan.
Alright.
This was not at all acceptable to Baji Rao, and the subsequent
Baji Rao.
negotiations gradually broke
Baji
down.
Rao.
Nizam
Bro, these are some cool names, bro. Baji Rao.
then halted the existing payment of taxes in the neighboring regions, and openly gave his support for Sambhaji, who joined him with his forces. Shahu's court was divided into two parties. The conservative faction wanted to consolidate their hold on the Deccan and rebuild the Maratha country. The more aggressive faction led by Baji Rao saw the Mughals as rich, decadent, and weak, and the time was ripe for the expansion of Maratha power into northern India.
Honestly, yeah, I was like wondering, like this whole time, like they're like the Maratha kingdom is so freaking powerful. It seems like, and the Mughal Empire, it seems to be going off, right? Like falling off on a downward spiral. I was shocked that they haven't really expanded.
Baji Rao sealed the argument with a vigorous speech that won Shahu over. Let us transcend the barren Deccan and conquer central India. The Mughals have become weak, indolent womanizers and opium addicts. Strike at the trunk.
Oh, bro. Okay, yo, that is wild. Damn. That is a wild statement.
The branches will fall off themselves.
Okay.
Listen but to my counsel, and I shall...
Wait, you want to know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when Mr. Schmittler, when he invaded the Soviet Union, he was like, that quote where he was like, knock the door open and the whole house will crumble. I don't know, I forgot the quote, but it was similar to this.
Shall plant the saffron flag on the walls of Attock.
Bro, is this gonna like end badly for the
stage was set
Maratha kingdom?
for the campaign that would lead to Palkhed.
Okay, he's zooming in. Alright, let's see.
The initial moves began when one of Nizam's generals attempted to invade the northern parts of Maratha territories. He was eventually repulsed by the fast-moving and almost exclusively mounted Maratha army, and was forced to return back to his base at Aurangabad, while fighting many skirmishes during his retreat.
Bro, how do these people make these videos? And like, how do they know like exactly like where they're going? I'm talking Epic History TV, Kings and Generals, like all of these like animated map history YouTubers. Like, how do they know the exact movements? I've always wondered that.
Baji Rao was hurrying from the south, with many Maratha contingents joining him along the way.
Baji Rao, let's go Baji Rao.
In mid-October 1727, he moved as if to threaten Ahmednagar, but actually bypassed it to the west and crossed the Godavari. This placed him within the heartland of Nizam's territories. Then he turned east towards the city of Jalna. Nizam tried to keep up with this disorienting and rapid pace, but by the time he had reached
really
Jalna,
like,
Baji Rao's cavalry had already sacked the place and moved east into his most prosperous districts. While Nizam was trying to match his pace, Baji Rao sacked city after city in front of him, taking advantage of his significant...
Disrespectful. Imagine you're literally watching your enemy just sacking your cities and you're like so slow behind. Disrespect. That is just so disrespectful.
Superior mobility.
That's like a
Having laid waste to many rich areas, Baji Rao suddenly turned west towards Burhanpur, which was one of the most prosperous trading centers in the Deccan. Nizam detected this move and tried to check his advance, intending to fight a pitched battle. However, Baji Rao's move toward Burhanpur was a diversion.
Oh, really?
His army moved past and ravaged through Khandesh towards Bharuch and eventually reached Gujarat.
What is his goal
intention
here?
seemed to be threefold. Fight the war on enemy territory.
Okay.
Exhaust the enemy army with superior mobility and scorched earth tactics. And lure Nizam into a place where he could be separated from his heavy guns, which were the trump card of his army.
I mean, this seems to be working very well.
A river crossing seemed to be the ideal place to achieve this. And thus Baji Rao crossed many rivers, hoping to draw Nizam into an ideal location. Nizam initially followed, but his slow move...
Bro, how slow is his army? Jeez, he's all the way over here. Oh my goodness, this is so slow, man.
Heavy guns was unable to keep
up, man.
Being steadily exhausted by the constant chasing of the Marathas over devastated territories, already stripped bare of supplies.
Oh, dude,
seeing that he was incapable of dealing with this lighting warfare, Nizam changed his strategy. Instead of following Baji Rao's movements, he made a U-turn and marched on the Maratha heartland. On his way south...
Smart. There's this game that I used to play called The Conquerors 3 on Roblox back in my days when I used to play Roblox. I mean, like, sometimes I'll play it like here and there, but not that much anymore, right? Haven't played it in months, right? And this is basically like what he did. What Baji Rao did is a tactic that I would do in the Conquerors 3. I would scorch earth, move my light troops around, right? Destroy like everything, and I move before they get me, right? And force them to fight in their territory. Now, if someone was doing that to me, you know, stealing my tactics, I would do what Nizam is doing and let them destroy my stuff, but go and invade their territory. So that is a very smart idea. And force them. So you will force them to go back. So you go into their territory, you take all their loot, you take all their supplies, and you force them to come and fight you. Very smart.
Was able to capture numerous cities, but Shahu and the Maratha treasury was safe behind the walls of the Puranda fort.
Oh.
Nizam made no effort to besiege Maratha forts. Instead, he crowned Sambhaji as the Maratha king, and then started pillaging the areas in the immediate vicinity, intending to lure Baji Rao into a pitched battle where he could put to good use his devastating heavy artillery. Baji Rao didn't take the bait.
Oh, okay. This is an interesting situation. This is like, holy crap. This is like the Conquerors 3, bro. Holy crap. Okay, what do you do when they don't take the bait? Oh, okay. This is very interesting.
Instead of heading towards Nizam's location, he headed towards Aurangabad, which was the greatest city of the Mughal Deccan, thus turning the tables and using Nizam's own strategy against him.
Now he's gonna force him to come back. The Mughal general
now had to force march.
This is genius, bro. Both sides are literally playing chess. Holy crap! This is genius. This is. Okay, this is getting good now. This is getting really, really good now. I like this. I like what I'm seeing.
His army northwards in order to save Aurangabad from imminent destruction, leaving many of his heaviest guns behind in his haste to reach his objective.
Oh, he doesn't even... Oh, no. Checkmate. Baji Rao, you won. You won, checkmate. He doesn't have his heavy guns, checkmate.
But in order to do this, he would have to cross the Godavari River at a specific point near the town of Palkhed.
Alright.
This was the opportunity Baji Rao was waiting for.
Okay. Now he's zooming in even more.
Nizam's army began to cross the river Godavari, but due to the limitations of contemporary engineering and an extensive baggage train, this process was a long, drawn affair that took multiple days. An advance force was sent forward to scout the area and select a campsite. The nearby town of Palkhed was ideal because the army could be supplied easily.
He's a part of the scout unit?
Slowly but steadily, the main body of the Mughal army began crossing the river, while the heavy guns were at the rear guard.
Okay, so he still has heavy guns. Okay.
Nizam's
Okay. He still has those heavy guns. All right, let's see what happens then.
vanguard moved in order to set up a camp around Palkhed, unaware that Baji Rao's forces were already positioned nearby. In fact, Baji Rao's fast-moving army was already positioned around the area of Palkhed, correctly anticipating that Nizam would cross with his army there. Thus, the entire Maratha army had surrounded the city in a horseshoe formation, while the Mughal...
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This... I'm stunned. I'm stunned. This top five battles that I've reacted to right here. Oh my, the genius in this, bro. Holy crap. Holy crap. Wow, this is like Hannibal, like the Battle of Kane, this is like on that level type of battle that I've reacted to, bro. Oh wow.
Oblivious to the perilous situation that they were putting themselves in, continued to cross the river.
Dude! Oh,
Suddenly,
they're gonna get obliterated,
Maratha
aren't they?
skirmishers advanced and began harassing Nizam's vanguard. The Mughals attempted to counterattack, but after a brief engagement, the skirmishers broke off and retreated back to their main formation. This was the wake-up call that Nizam needed. He realized that he had marched his army straight into a Maratha trap. What's more, his heavy guns, which were the most cumbersome and difficult part of his army to bring across the river, still stood on the opposite bank, together with the rear
You are
guard.
in a perilous position, bro.
Once again,
you are in
Nizam's
a very bad
vanguard
spot.
charged against the light Maratha cavalry in a desperate attempt to secure a nearby stream that was the only source of drinking water in their immediate area. But this move toward...
Oh, bloody hell. What? Oh! Oh, that's so awful.
The open plain rendered the heavy and slow-moving Mughals vulnerable to attacks from all sides by the swift Maratha cavalry.
Whoa.
After another brief skirmish, the vanguard was forced to retreat back to the main body of the army.
Right.
At that point of the engagement, while Nizam's army was still getting to grips with their dire situation, a strong contingent of Marathas moved to completely cut off Nizam's main army from his rear guard and heavy guns. With a simple maneuver, Baji Rao had successfully separated Nizam from his greatest battlefield asset and trapped him in a place with rapidly dwindling supplies and drinking water.
It's over. Let's see.
Surrounded
what
on
this army
all
does,
sides and without any chance of escaping, Nizam recognized the futility of his position and was forced to open negotiations with the Maratha commander.
Oh, he didn't. He just capitulated. He just surrendered. Wow. Wow. Genius. This is genius. This is literally genius, bro.
Losses for both sides were few, but in a masterpiece of strategic mobility, Baji Rao was able to nullify the army of the most powerful Mughal warlord of the Deccan, while avoiding massive casualties. In the
Baji Rao, same level as Napoleon, question mark, same level as Hannibal, question mark, same level as Belisarius, question mark. Like, these great generals here, folks. Damn, bro, this is one of the most impressive things that I have seen, bro. Oh my goodness, dude.
aftermath of the Battle of Palkhed, Nizam-ul-Mulk was forced to agree to every single term set by the Marathas. He had to abandon the cause of Sambhaji and, above all, accept the Maratha right to collect taxes in all of his territories in the Deccan region. Even though Nizam tried again to subdue the unruly Marathas, He again failed miserably at the Battle of Bhopal in 1737,
Just quit.
where Baji Rao
Just
once
quit.
again defeated Nizam in pretty much the same way. The victory at
Bro, that's embarrassing. Come on. You didn't learn the first time? Come on, bro.
Palkhed not only demonstrated Baji Rao's strategic genius, but also ensured the role of the Marathas as a prominent power within the Indian subcontinent in the decades that followed, demarcating the irreversible decline of the Mughal Empire.
Yeah.
Special thanks to our friend Hoc S. Bellum for collaborating with us on this video.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Whoever suggested this to me, thank you. Loved it. I can see why you wanted me to watch this. Yeah, this is definitely impressive. One of the most impressive, battle commanders that I have seen, to date. If you know any, like, other videos similar to this that would blow my mind, definitely suggest it to me. And thank you for watching, man. Oh, check out my videos on my channel, by the way. I have a lot of historical videos if you're new. And goodbye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.